Welcome back to my channel. We're going to work on the motor mounts on the Ratson Rod today. So this is a stock block side motor mount bracket off of a VG. It's off a Pathfinder, I think, 3.3. That's going to go right on there. This is an aftermarket rubber motor mount. Now you can see on the stock bracket there's a slot here, and this motor mount will go up in that slot. I have to enlarge the slot because this bolt in the aftermarket mount is a little bit bigger diameter. And then that assembly will go on there, and then we'll fill in the gap. Okay, I've slotted out the hole in the bracket a little wider so that the mount slides in nice and easy. And we'll bolt this bracket onto the engine now. Okay, I've cut out a piece of plate steel. I'm going to take this mount apart. Put it back together, sandwiched in the steel. And I'm going to bolt it onto the engine side bracket. Okay, I've got her tightened down. I've tightened it all the way down on purpose because there's a shoulder inside this rubber mount that this top washer will hit when it's compressed all the way. So you can only tighten it so much. See the shoulder right here? This washer will come down and squish the rubber till it hits that and stops. And you'll feel it lock on the nylock nut. That gives you full compression on the mount. If I don't tighten it up all the way now, before I put my intermediate piece to my frame piece in, and then tighten up later, the engine will sit lower. I need it full compression now. Okay, so next, got a big piece of angle iron here. And I need to cut a piece and fit it in. So to start with, I'll just Got a piece of chalk to mark with, and I'm just going to roughly make a line that's a little longer than the piece needs to be, and then I'll trim up to it. You can see my line right here, and then I'll cut straight across here. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, I've chopped a piece of this angle off, had an angle here. And I chopped it long on purpose. So it looks like I need to take about an inch or so off the top. And then we'll try and fit it again. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but the outer edge of the mount here is hanging off the end of the frame a little, which means I need to go in farther, but I can't go in farther because at this point, with this angle, I'm in as far as I can go on the mount, the top mount part. So what I'll do is I will change the angle on the bottom, and then I'll have to change the angle on the top too. Alrighty, I've changed the angle on the bottom. That's actually pretty darn close. I'm going to change the angle on the back edge a little bit. Okay. Alright, I gotta cut a little bit off this front edge, this little corner here. That's looking pretty good. And mark the frame where I need to sand it off, clean it off for the welding. So it'll fit into the corner of the angle iron. Oh, that's much better. Okay, let's get out the welder, tack it on. Okay, I'm just going to tack it onto the top first, then I'll take it apart, completely weld it, bolt it back on, weld it to the frame. The reason I'm doing that is it's a lot easier to weld this around the top and underneath when it's off the car. go. Okay, I've got this welded, sanded it off a little bit, got the high bumps on. Now, this bracket goes on like so. This top flat piece where the rubber goes hangs down a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mark where the rubber was. So I'm going to cut this bottom tang off just a little bit. No need having it hang down any farther than the mount itself. Cut it off about right there. Sand up some edges. Wait for it to cool down and bolt it back on. Here's a good look at the bracket. Okay, our bracket is cooled down. Let's bolt the rubber mount back on her. Bolt it back to the engine. Gonna line everything all up. It's looking pretty darn good. I'm gonna check center to center on the engine, make sure it hasn't moved. 11 1/8 and a hair. 11 1/8. Split the hair off, but close enough for government work. So just tacking it in 3 places right now. Maybe 4. Commence to welding. get too much heat into this because I don't want to melt my mount. It's actually not too warm at the top, just lightly warm. I can touch it, as you can see. Down at the bottom, pretty warm. So I'll weld on the inside when I take the motor and tranny back out. It's looking good. So now all we have to do is repeat it on the other side, and we'll have a couple motor mounts. Okay, I finished welding up all the mounts. This is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. All the blocks are out from underneath it. So that's it for now. Motor and tranny are sitting on their own in their new mounts. Now, next time, we're going to do something with this sheet of metal. See if you can guess what that is. Okay, thanks for watching my channel. See you next time.